down here in Chicago, getting ready to start the championship game for the Guardians in this Midwest Mayhem tournament. We will be taking on Team Illinois. These teams have faced off once already this tournament. The Guardians were able to take the win over them the first time, and they'll attempt it for a second. Face-off won by the Guardians. Crotland chips it up the board to the neutral zone, hits the skate of the ref. Illinois now coming back the other way. Crotland then pushes them to the outside. They then take it to the front of the net. That's poked away by the defense. Puck's loose out. They got a shot right in front. That's kicked out, shot goal. Team Illinois strikes first. 30 seconds into the first period. Boys are going to have to respond to that. It all started with a pass up that was deflected by the ref, which allowed Team Illinois to get down into the zone, and they were able to capitalize. Brian here battling right in front. Team Illinois now pass it back as they regroup in their own zone. They then pass it across ice. They pick it up on the outside as they start to skate towards the net. Simonson does a nice job pushing them to the outside. Norbachek now hustling down into the far corner. They pass it out front. They shoot. That's sealed up by Wall. We're going to have a whistle. Team Illinois is really coming out for this championship game. We have a face-off down in their own zone. Team Illinois picks it up in the corner. Auburn there battling. Team Illinois comes out with it. Now Higgy comes in. He chips it up to Amos. Amos can't hold on, but he's able to deflect it out of the zone. Lynette now moving in, trying to get possession of the puck along with Auburn. Team Illinois now comes. They pass it to the far side here. They then dump it down deep. Cronlund picks it up. They regroup in his own zone. He passes it over to Higgy. Higgy now moves it up the ice to Amos. Amos can't hold on to it. They dump it back to Cronlund. Cronlund steps around a guy. He starts to enter the zone. He moves it to the outside. They try to fire it on that, but that's blocked. Team Illinois now coming back the other way. They pass across ice. They move through the outside into the zone. They go down. Puck comes over into the corner here. Higgy's Cronlund trying to get control of that puck. Team Illinois comes out with it in the corner. They pass it out top. Now skate through the top of the zone. He gets taken down. Guardians trying to get to that puck, but Illinois dumps it back deep. Higgy back to retrieve behind his net. He tries to chip it around one of the forecheckers. He's battling down in the corner along with Campbell. Still battling for that puck. Puck now starts to come out. Higgy moves it up to O'Brien. O'Brien tries to move it to Cronlund. Cronlund can't quite reach it. He gets it. He hits it up the boards to Amos. Amos tries to chip it up. Campbell then intercepts a pass down in the middle. He's then taking off the puck. Team Illinois picks it up, chips it up back into the neutral zone. Higgy now moves up. He gets loose that puck. Campbell comes back. Puck still just outside of the Guardian zone. They're able to dump it back. Illinois goes D to D in their own zone. They go back right in front. That's tipped right on, and their goalie covers that one up. Team Illinois nearly tipped that one in, but their goalie's there ready for it and covers it while it face off down in their zone. Illinois wins the draw. They then rim it around the boards to the far side. They move it up to the half wall, then into the middle. They're now moving through the neutral zone. Norbachek's hustling, trying to get back, keep him to the outside. He pokes the puck. Team Illinois now taking it down deep into the zone. They move it into the middle. They shoot. That deflects off of the skate. There comes the Barr. Barr chips it up to Lynette. Lynette now tries to move it up the Barr. It hits off the back end of them. Illinois now coming back the other way. They dump it down deep. Simonson goes back to retrieve it. He's met with a Team Illinois player. They move it out front. They get a shot on that. Puck's loose in front. They put it in. left in the first period. Team Illinois puts in their second goal, scores 2-0. He picks up the puck, he chips it up the board to O'Brien. O'Brien's taken down, but he gets it over to Campbell. Campbell now moves to the outside. He hits the brakes and throws it towards the middle. Olsen tries to backhand it towards the net, but that goes wide. Illinois now coming back the other way through the neutral zone. That's poked away by Higgy. Higgy moves him back behind the net. He circles around, he's looking for a guy. They pass it out top to a defense, break it in. They shoot, and that's sealed up by Wall. Puck's loose behind him. Finally, we get a whistle. Face-off will come back down into the zone. Team Illinois wins the draw. They then try to dump it back deep. They're moving to the top of the circles. They fire to the backside. They shoot, and that's sealed up by Wall, and we'll have a whistle. Simonson picks it up. He brings it around the net. He tries to get it up to Lynette. Lynette then moves it over to Algrim in the middle. He moves to the outside. He then chips it around the defense. He's coming up. He's got it laid into the net. He's got Amos on the backside. He shoots it. That goes wide. Runs all the way around, and Morvacek at the point. Morvacek then gets it in the middle. Algrim steps around. He passes it over to Lynette. Lynette now with it. He cuts back, trying to find an opening. He passes it cross ice to Morvacek. Morvacek then tries to dump it back in. Algrim picks it up at the top of the circle. He's battling to get it down low. He's battling in the far corner. Team Illinois throws it down. Guardians now regrouping through the neutral zone. They move it up to Lynette as he enters the zone. He has that puck poked away. Team Illinois now coming back the other way. They come through the middle. They get to the far side. Campbell now battling for the puck. Puck's just inside the blue line. That comes out. O'Brien now with it. That comes back out to Higgy. Higgy fires it on net, and they're going to seal up and have a whistle down in their zone. Illinois wins the draw. They move out of the zone. They come back 2-on-2, coming back the other way. They skate it around behind the net. Cronman's there battling, trying to get control of the puck. They throw it out front. They shoot it on net. That's kicked out by Higgy, but puck's still loose right in the high slot. They toe drag. That's kicked off into the corner. That comes out the Barr. Barr tries to chip it up out of the zone, battling just inside. Illinois then gets it, hits it back down to the far corner. Higgy picks it up. He's got some space. He moves it to the outside. He then passes into the middle. Team Illinois picks it up behind the net. Guardian making a line change. Algrim nearly intercepts, but they're able to poke it back. That comes to Higgy as he starts to regroup. He passes it up to Lynette. Lynette now moving across the blue line. He picks it up. He cuts back to the middle. He has that puck taken away. Illinois picks it up. We're going to have a penalty for a trip on Team Illinois. Sorry, there's interference. Face-off will come down into the Team Illinois zone, and Guardians will go on the power play. Team Illinois wins the draw. They take it around behind the net. They then throw high off the glass. Higgy steps up. He's able to hold his own. He starts to skate it in. He toe drags, tips around one guy. He moves it over. Shot. Nice save by the Illinois goalie. Olsen nearly had that one on the back board. gets it back. They start to move it through the neutral zone. Auburn flips it up. That goes all the way into the Illinois zone. And the net's in pursuit. Team Illinois now passes it out in the neutral zone. They got some space here to the outside. They then dump it in. Conlon goes back behind the net to retrieve. Campbell now with the puck. He gains the red line, then dumps it down deep into the zone. Illinois picks it up behind the net. They throw it out to the half wall. They then throw it. That comes out to Conlon at the point. He holds the blue line and shoves it back down deep. Amos hustling. He's trying to get control of that puck behind the net. Team Illinois then passes it up high off the glass. That's going to go all the way down. Not going to be enough, I don't think, for an ice. Conlon's forced to pick it up. He goes down. Higgy picks it up in the far corner. He hits the brakes to try to create some space. He then goes cross ice to Campbell. Campbell now moving up through the middle, through the neutral zone. He passes it over to O'Brien. O'Brien shoots. That goes wide into the far corner. Amos picks it up. He passes it over to O'Brien. O'Brien now skating it in towards the top of the circles. He drops it off to Simonson. Simonson goes back to O'Brien in the corner. They pass it through the middle. Amos not able to get to that. Norbacek then trying to hold the zone. Illinois then backhands it into the neutral zone. We now got a one-on-one. Norbacek's able to get back and break that play up. Puck now comes behind the net. Norbacek picks it up. He tries to rim it around, but he fans. That puck then comes through the crease all the way out to Team Illinois point. Guardians trying to get that puck out of the zone, but Illinois dumps it back deep. Norbacek then rims it all the way around. Amos is on the far side. He chips it up. Illinois defense will go back to pick it up in their own zone. They then go cross ice. Guardians making a line change. Higgy's going to get there to push him to the outside. He gets through him. It's then poked away by Conlon. Higgy now with it. He gets it up to Algrim. Algrim fires it. That's going to be an icing. .405 left in the first period. Face off down in the Guardian zone. Team Illinois wins a draw, but they draw it back all the way back into the neutral zone, and that's putting pressure on. Algrim's able to step up, hold that blue line. Algrim's now got it in front. He passes to the regular bar. That's intercepted. Puck's now loose out front, kicked over into the corner. Algrim now battling. He's got two guys on him. Barr's trying to get to the far side to seal up that wall. Skate! Skate! Team Illinois with the puck. They're going around behind the net. They then go to the far side out to the point. They then throw it down low to their winger. Algrim strips him up the puck. Conlon now with the puck. He tries to get it up the bar. That's intercepted. Illinois is able to hold the zone. That's poked away. Bar now picks it up. Bar now moving through. He cuts into the middle. He goes to the outside. He cuts it through the crease. Like nobody there. That goes all the way into the far corner. Illinois comes out with the quarter. They start to skate around their net, then go D to D. He tries to hold his own, but that gets past him. Campbell's there. He picks it up just inside the blue line, picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien's now got a step as he goes into the zone. He's got one guy to beat. He throws it on net. That's kick saved, and they're going to cover that one up. .233 left in the first period. Guardians down by 2. Campbell in to take the draw. Olsen battling there. Simonson steps up to hold the zone. He moves it through the middle. He comes through. He's taken down. Illinois picks it up in the high slot, and they start to lead the zone. Olsen hustling back. Olsen gets it. That comes out to the point. They flip it high up. Wall deflects that behind the net. Guardians then move it up to O'Brien. Campbell now with the puck. He's got some speed. He's moving through. He gets to the outside. He then has that puck hooked away. He's now battling there on the half wall. That comes out the neutral zone. Simonson then goes cross ice, D to Cronlin on the other side. Puck's now loose just inside the blue line. Illinois chips it back out in the neutral zone. Bryan with it. He dumps it off the boards deep into the zone. Amos is in pursuit. Illinois stops behind their net. Amos gets to him. Now battling behind the net for possession. Illinois comes back, picks it up. And then move it up the boards. Auburn's able to strip that puck away. He's now skating towards the middle. He shoots it. That just goes wide. Almost picked that top left corner. And that now coming. Puck's loose. Illinois picks it up. They start to gain the zone. They move it down into the far corner. Cromlin's there battling. He circles back the other way. He moves it up to Amos. Amos then dumps it. That goes right to the defense. They dump it back deep. Cromlin works to go back, pick it up in the corner. He goes to Higgy, D to D behind the net, then up to Lynette. Lynette goes to Algram. Algram now moves it to the outside. Lynette picks it up after that puck's poked away. He's skating it. He takes it in towards the net and has that puck poked into the corner. The puck now comes out to Higgy at the point. He steps around a guy. He gets tangled up a little bit. He's able to get it deep. Lynette now with it. He tries to get over. Shot. Deflects just outside of the net. Shot by Campbell there. O'Brien now battling, trying to get it out front. Team Illinois now starting to skate it out of the top of the zone. They then chip it out into the neutral zone. We got a battle just outside the blue line. They move it in the middle of the ice. Higgy steps up, nearly intercepts it. Team Illinois gets it, dumps it deep. Cromlin picks it up behind the net. He rims it around. Barr's got it on the backside. Barr now battling. He gets it over to Campbell. Campbell now moving through. He fires it. That's blocked. Got 6 seconds left. Illinois now picks it up, and that's going to be it for this period. So 2-0 after 1 in this championship game down here in Chicago. Guardians will have to come back, battle back just like they have this whole tournament just to get here. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back for the second. We are back to start the second period. Both teams line up. Auburn in the take the draw. Puck's loose. Guardians trying to get control. Puck then comes all the way over the wall. Lynette trying to backhand it down deep into the zone. That comes out. Auburn does a nice job. Nearly offside. He's able to keep that puck out of the zone and dump it down deep. Illinois goes and passes it down into the far corner. That comes out to Higgy. Higgy winds up. He slaps. That's blocked. Puck's loose down in front. Illinois coming out of the top of their zone now. Guardians are able to get that puck back in the zone. Lynette tries to backhand it in. Campbell now moving. He gets control of the puck. He's battling down in the corner. Barr comes in to help out. Bryan now battling on the half wall. Illinois now able to step around a couple of the Guardians. They're now starting to move through the neutral zone. He's taking off the puck. Cronlin then tries to go up off the glass, but doesn't get much on it. Illinois now takes it deep into the zone. They backhand it in the net. That's pushed out. They get another shot. That deflects up over the top of the net. O'Brien now picks it up on the half wall. He tries to... He gets it up to Barr. Barr has a one-on-one. He comes around. He then gets taken off the puck. Puck comes into the corner. Barr battling now. That puck comes out into the neutral zone. Campbell picks it up. He's coming back the other way. Campbell's got open ice in the middle. He cuts it to the outside. He's then taking off the puck. Can't get a shot. Puck's now loose behind the net. Team Illinois picks it up. They then go. Morbacek now regrouping. He goes over to Higgy on the far side. Higgy now with the puck. He dances through the middle. He takes it to the outside. He takes it right to the net. He gets it on his backhand. Can't get a shot off. He turns and he fires. That's on net. And you got to seal that up while a whistle down in the zone. Team Illinois goes D to D behind the net. Throw it up into the middle as they start to get it into the neutral zone. Algren's there. He intercepts that puck and tries to get it down deep. Illinois now picks it. They throw it up the boards. Lynette now with it. He's starting to skate it through the middle of the ice at the top of the zone. He gets it in. He passes it over. Backhand. Puck's loose in front. Team Illinois is able to clear that out as they start to leave the zone. Team Illinois now moving to the outside through the neutral zone. That's broken up. Puck's caught up in the skates. Olsen's unable to get it out into the neutral zone. They go D to D to regroup. And they go back to the other D. They then go cross ice. They dump it down into the zone. Morbacek goes back to pick it up. He rims it around. Olsen's going to pick it up on the far side. He's battling, trying to get that puck out. That comes out to Lynette. Lynette then slaps it. That's going to be an icing. 10:04 left in the second period. Score still is 2-0 in favor of Illinois. Face-off's won by the Guardians. He rims it around the boards. O'Brien picks it up on the far side. He passes it up to Campbell. Campbell now with a step. He's got a lane to the net. He fires. And that's sealed up by the goaltender. We'll have a whistle down. We'll have a face-off down in the Illinois zone. Both teams battling down in the far corner. They rifle it up the boards. Team Illinois now skates it out into the neutral zone. They try to move it up. They get it. They start to move it to the outside of the zone. He circles back. He passes it out top to the point. They shoot. That goes way wide into the far corner. Higgy picks it up. He throws it out. Their defense is able to flip it up back into the zone. Cronlin picks it up behind the net. He dumps it back to Higgy. Higgy tries to come back to Cronlin, but Illinois is able to poke it around. Guardians are now able to break it out of their zone. They move it up through the middle. O'Brien with it. He stops at the blue line, tries to get it over to Campbell. Cronlin now with it. He steps around the two guys. He moves it in towards the net. He gets around a defender. He's now trying to get it centered. That's in front. Goalie's able to push it away. Nice scoring opportunity there for the Guardians. Amos now with it. He skates it towards the net. He shoots. That gets blocked. Goes out behind the net. O'Brien now picks it up. He gets it out to Higgy. Higgy steps around a guy and take out the puck. Team Illinois now coming back the other way. Guardians do a nice job putting pressure on the blue line, forces them to dump it in. Higgy moves it up to Amos. Amos tips it up. That's going to go all the way in the zone. Not going to be an icing. Team Illinois picks it up as they circle behind their net. And then drop it back to the other D as they come around the other side. They then move it up the boards. They start to break out of the zone. They can't hold. There comes the Morbacek. Morbacek then throws it up. However, now loses that puck at his skates. Well, that comes and picks it up. That comes in the middle. Team Illinois now picks it up. They pick going towards the Guardian zone. They get through. That's poked away. They now have lane in front of the net. Simonson does a diving effort to block up that play. They shoot it. Goalie's down. It goes off the top of the crossbar and over the net. Guardians then flip it the length of the ice. It deflects. Barr now skating, racing to that puck. He's trying to put pressure on. He gets control. He now skates it through the top of the zone. He cuts back towards the middle. He drops it off to Campbell. Campbell fires it on net. That's loose out front. Team Illinois now coming back the other way. Team Illinois now skates it through. They dump it in. Simonson's going to pick it up in the far corner. There comes out to Barr. Barr steps around one. He dumps it off to O'Brien. O'Brien now moving through the neutral zone. He steps it into the middle of the ice, drops it to Barr. Barr fires it on net, and that's gloved by the goaltender. We'll have a face-off down in the Illinois zone. Face-off's loose. Illinois wins it. They draw it back. They rim it around. Barr's trying to get to that wall to break that breakout play up. Campbell's there as well. He gets it as skate. He gets control of it. He then loses it. Team Illinois now coming back the other way. They skated in towards the middle of the ice. That's broken up. They skated towards the middle. They then dance around a couple guys. Not able to get it to the net. They pick it up in the corner. Both teams battling down in the far corner there. Higgy comes out with it. He's starting to move up the ice. Higgy's got some speed. He moves it to the outside. He's then taking out the puck, but able to regain control. That comes out. Squire's able to poke it, get control of the puck. He then comes out. That comes out of the zone. Crowlin now goes back to Higgy on the far side. Higgy then up to O'Brien as they re-enter the zone. O'Brien fires it on net, and that goaltender's going to seal it up. .6:12 left in the second period. Face-off's won by the Guardians. Lynette now with it. He tries to get it down low. He cuts back. He's taken off the puck. He's piled over by an Illinois player. They then throw it out. Morvacek picks it up in the neutral zone. He starts to skate it to the outside and dumps it in. Lynette now hustling, trying to get to that puck behind the net. Illinois picks it up. Olsen now intercepts. Puck's now loose in the corner. Auburn now dumps it down deep. He comes back to retrieve it. He gets it towards the middle. That's to the far side. Got interference there, no call. Illinois now throws it back. Simonson picks it up as he starts to regroup. He comes back to his own zone. He then has the puck taken off. Illinois coming down. They lose the puck. Auburn picks it up at the top of the zone. He tries to move up the Olsen. He can't hold on. Illinois now skates into their own zone. They go to the far side. That's tipped. That's not going to be an icing. Morvacek goes back to pick it up in that Guardian zone behind the net. He rims it around to Lynette. Lynette now trying to get it. Auburn comes in to help out. They're able to slap that puck. That's not going to be enough for an icing. They're going to call that one. So face-off will come back to the Guardian zone. Illinois wins the draw. They fire it on net. That's loose out in front. Scrambling. Illinois throws it back to the front. That's pushed out by Wall into the corner. Illinois picks it up. They then go back out top to their point. They fire it on net. That doesn't get through. Broken up by Higgy. Higgy then has the puck taken off the stick. Illinois now coming back the other way. That puck's poked away. Campbell picks it up. He starts to get some speed. He picks the puck back up to himself. He hits the brakes, dumps the puck down low. That puck goes all around behind the net. Amos there. He's got control. He throws it out front. Illinois then slaps it out. Higgy now with it. He dumps it back down into the corner. O'Brien picks it up. He passes it through. It goes all the way through the crease to the far side. Crowlin steps up to hold the puck in the zone. O'Brien now with it on the half wall. He starts to skate it down deep in the zone, then tries to cut back towards the middle. Get in there, Cronlin. Puck comes out to Higgy in the neutral zone. He dumps it down the far side. Team Illinois picks it up. They start to regroup in their own zone. Let him pass it up into the middle of the ice. That's intercepted by Campbell. Campbell now moving the other way. He tries to get it to Lynette, but he's taking off the puck. Team Illinois now coming back the other way. They dump it down deep into the zone. Cronlin does a nice job blocking that centering pass. He then rims it around. Amos is going to pick it up on the far side. He's got pressure. He's able to get that puck out of the zone. That's going to be offsides. .322 left in the second period. Score still 2-0. Illinois wins the draw. They then pass it up into the middle of the ice. They start to skate it in towards the net. They then dump it down into the near corner. They center in. That comes out to Barr. Barr with it. He passes it over, trying to get it to Lynette. Lynette now with the puck. He steps around one guy as he starts to move through the neutral zone. He gets it through the middle. He's taken down. We're going to have a penalty. And Guardians will go on the power play. Face-off comes out to Higgy. Higgy moves it over to Cronlin. Cronlin has some space. He goes back to Higgy in the middle. Higgy goes back down to O'Brien. O'Brien then goes down to Barr below the dot. Barr goes back to O'Brien. O'Brien chips around behind the net to Barr. Barr now comes in front. Shot. That goes back behind the net. Puck comes out front. Puck's loose. Guardians trying to get it out for their point. That splits them. That comes all the way down to the other end. Cronlin picks it up behind the net as he starts to regroup. He passes it up. Algrim now with the puck. Algrim now moves it to the outside. He tries to get it through the middle. That comes through nearly in the net. Comes out to Higgy. Higgy steps up. He fires it on net. That's blocked away into the corner. O'Brien picks it up. He goes to Barr behind the net. Barr picks it up. He's looking for an opening. He skates it around behind the net. He then comes out. He goes far ice to Cronlin on the backside, up high. Comes back to Higgy in the middle. Higgy then goes to Cronlin, who's creeping down into the zone. He fires with fans on it. Barr now picks up the puck. He goes back to Higgy out top. Higgy then has the puck stripped away. He's able to get back. Cronlin now picks up the puck. They regroup. We got 10 seconds left on this power play. He rims it around to Barr. Barr chips it over to Algrim, but he's not able to hold on. We're going to have offsides. Face off just outside the zone. Guardians win the draw. He gets it up to Olsen. Olsen now with it, picks it up to himself. He's now moving inside the zone. He tries to pass it out front. Goalie's able to stop that and blow a face off down in their zone. Campbell in to take the draw. Both teams now full strength. Lynette picks it up. He pushes the puck to space over the far side and then races to beat Illinois. Illinois is then able to strip that puck away. They're now moving to the neutral zone. Simonson's there to block that up. Novacek now comes back into his own zone. He starts to skate it around his own net. He tries to get it to Olsen. That goes off the boards. Guardians unable to get it out. Puck now goes behind the net, picked up by Simonson. Simonson throws it down. They're able to dump it back deep. Simonson now intercepts. He passes across ice to Olsen. Olsen now moving through. He tries to move it up to Campbell. Campbell gets it to the outside. He hits the brakes and then dumps it. Puck's now behind the net. Olsen gets there first. He chips it around to the far corner. O'Brien's there. He's able to get control of that puck in the corner. He then rims it around. All of them trying to get to it behind the net. O'Brien comes out with it. He's skating around. He's looking for an opening out front. Then comes through the middle, but that's intercepted by the defense of Illinois. They then try to chip it off the glass. O'Brien's there to hold the zone as he's battling there on the half wall. Puck goes all the way down into the corner. They're going to pull it. That puck comes loose out front. Simonson comes down on one knee, trying to get a good one-timer hit for the buzzer. Unable to get a good stick on it, and that's going to do it for the second period. No goals by either team in that period. Both teams are going to regroup. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the third. About to start the third period. Bar comes away with the draw. He starts to move it into the zone. He moves it to the outside. Then pokes off. He picks it up. He goes back to Higgy at the point. Higgy fires it towards the net, but that hops over his stick. That's intercepted. Illinois coming back the other way. Illinois now loses the puck. Guardians trying to get it. O'Brien and Campbell's there. Illinois now circles back to the top of the blue line. Guardians unable to get it out. They fire it out front. He misses. That comes out. Barr can't get a stick on it. Barr blocks that shot. Good block there by Barr. That shot came in pretty hard. Puck now in the near corner there. Puck comes out. That comes all the way out to the point. That's blocked. Kicked out into the neutral zone. Illinois now regrouping. That puck's nearly intercepted by O'Brien. Illinois now moving to the neutral zone. They dump it in. Higgy picks it up. He goes up the boards, trying to get it to O'Brien. Unable to get it there. Campbell now intercepts. He moves it up to O'Brien. O'Brien steps around one guy. He then tries to get it up, but that puck's intercepted on the blue line. Illinois now coming in towards the net. Campbell chips it up off the boards, unable to get it out. Higgy now with it, battling in the corner. That comes out to the Illinois point. That's broken up by O'Brien. Campbell now with it. He chips it up the boards. That gets O'Brien. O'Brien now tries to get it over, but that's intercepted by Team Illinois. Illinois not coming back the other way. That's going to be offsides. too many men on the ice. Face-off comes down into the zone. Team Illinois battling down the corner. That comes out to the point for Team Illinois. They fire it on net. That cuts through, comes down into the near corner. Puck's then rimmed around behind the net. Hagee goes into the far corner, trying to get control. Algren then picks it up. He tries to dump it out of the zone, but Illinois is able to hold. Illinois now with it. They get it towards dot. They fire. That's sealed up by Wall. We'll have a whistle and a face-off down in the zone. Able to ship around. We got a 2-on-0 going back the other way. Algren comes back. He fires. He sends it over the top of the net. Olsen picks it up in the far corner. He tries to rim it around. The fans on it. Illinois picks it up. That puck comes through the middle. Team Illinois now coming back the other way. Olsen tries to chip it around the defense. He's then taken off the puck. Illinois picks it up in the near corner. They throw it around behind the net to the far side. Illinois then goes cross ice. They miss. That's going to come back to Hagee, allowing him to regroup. He comes through the middle. He's then bumped off the puck. He then pokes that puck away. Illinois now takes it towards the net. Now out in the corner. They pass it around behind the net. They pass it out front. That's blocked. Olsen now with it. Campbell now in a puck race. He's not able to get there in time. Goes high off the glass. Illinois picks it up in their own zone as they start to regroup. They then pass it up near boards and dump it in the middle. That's intercepted by Cronlund. Cronlund then taking off the puck. Illinois dumps it down into the zone. Hagee goes back to pick it up. He skates it around behind the net. He stops to regroup. He then passes it up to Lynette. Lynette now moving through the neutral zone. He moves it to the outside. He then dumps it in towards the net. Goalie then able to cover that one up while it fades off down in their zone. 9:21 left in the third period. Scored 2-0. Face off in Illinois zone. Campbell in to take the draw. Guardians win the draw. Campbell comes out with it. He cuts back. He dumps it off to Lynette in the corner. That goes back to Campbell. Campbell now skates it in towards the net. He's bumped off the puck. That comes to Barr. He can't hold on to it on the far side. It comes out to Morvacek at the point. He fires it towards the net. That doesn't get through. Barr now trying to battle on the half wall. Puck's poked away. Barr now with it. He tries to get it. Campbell now with it. He's got to lay into the net if he can get there. He fires it in the middle. That comes all the way through to the far side. Morvacek steps up to hold the zone. He's taken down. Campbell now picking it. He goes towards the net. He fires. That's blocked away into the corner. And Illinois picks it up behind the net. They rim it all the way around. And it's going to pick it up on the half wall. That comes back to Simonson. Simonson steps around the guy at the blue line. He moves in. He fires it on net. That goes wide. Goalie reaches out and gloves it. We'll have another face-off down in the Illinois zone. Illinois wins the draw. They skate it around behind their net. They stop, start to set up. They come back the other way. They then move it into the middle of the ice, into the far side. They're now moving through the neutral zone. Ronlund pushes them to the outside. Algren's going to pick that puck up behind the net. He then moves it up to O'Brien. O'Brien now goes cross ice, trying to get it to Amos. Now they're going to be offsides. We'll face off outside the Guardian zone. Refs move the face-off into the neutral ice here. Puck's pushed over to the near wall here. Algren and Amos trying to get control of the puck. Amos battling through traffic. He picks it up on the far side. battling there on the half wall. Amos trying to get a stick. Illinois now goes D to D behind the net. They then circle back, reverse it back the other way. They pass it up the boards. They can't hold on. O'Brien then able to dump the puck deep into the zone. Illinois dumps it around into the near corner. That comes right out front. Illinois now goes to the cross ice as they start to skate it out of their zone and through the neutral zone. They then pass it into the middle of the ice. Conlon then able to put the puck away. Campbell does a nice job getting back, lifts that stick. Amos now trying to get the puck out. Both teams battling there right by the Guardians bench. Puck still on the skates. Campbell starts to push it forward. He's rubbed off. Illinois then backhands it to Conlon. Higgy moves over to pick it up. Higgy steps around, then moves it to the far side, trying to get to Campbell. Campbell picks it up off the wall, trying to get to the outside. He hits the brakes. He then dumps it back deep into the zone. Illinois picks it up almost behind the net. Olsen's there battling. Illinois chips it up. That's then poked away. Illinois now able to get it out of the zone. Olsen hustling back, trying to get pressure on. But nearly intercepted. Now, Algrim has a step. He's going back the other way. We got a 2-on-1. Lynette gets it to the outside. He circles around. He's looking for a guy out front. He then moves it through the top of the zone. He fires. That goes wide. We're going to have a high stick. And that's going to be a whistle. That puck will come outside the zone. 6:17 left in the third period. Face off down in the Guardian zone after that high stick. Team Illinois wins the draw. Battling on the half wall. That comes out to the point. Barr then trying to get the puck out. Puck does squirt out into the neutral zone. Illinois then beats it high off the glass into the zone. Algrim's there. He's battling right on the blue line. O'Brien then is pushed down. Cross check. No call. Simonson now battling down into the corner. We're going to have a penalty on Team Illinois. Left in the third period. Guardians are low on the power play. Hopefully they'll be able to take advantage of this, put one in, start to gain some momentum, tie this game up. Barr picks the puck up, he throws it around. Illinois picks it up the far side. They then go high up off the glass. That comes out to Conlon. Conlon then chips it up to O'Brien. O'Brien now starts to enter the zone. He goes to space. He cuts through the middle. He throws it. That gets Barr on the skates on the backside. Barr now picks it up. He tries to get it to Algrim. That pass is intercepted. That comes out to Higgy at the point. He starts to skate it into the zone. O'Brien picks it up. He throws it around to Barr. Barr now picks it up. He takes it around behind the net. Circle around. Loose to loose. Algrim not able to get a stick on that. But he gets back, hold the zone. And then kicks it up to himself and goes down. Then throws it to the front of the net. Team Illinois now fires it. Algrim picks it up in the corner. O'Brien now picks it up behind the net. They then go out top to Conlon. Conlon then cuts back. He passes it back to O'Brien. O'Brien then passes it around behind the net. Barr picks it up. He starts to look. He gets taken on. O'Brien now trying to get to the far side. That comes out to Conlon at the point. Conlon then dumps it back deep. Barr goes to battle into the corner. Campbell picks it up. He gets the brakes. He then tries to get it out to Conlon at the point. The fans on it. Illinois now able to send it the length of the ice. That's going to be an icing.
Give us some here, buddy.
go, boys. Let's go. Illinois is starting to skate it out of the Guardian zone. They move across ice. That's intercepted by Simonson. Simonson steps around a guy, then moves it up, trying to get it to Campbell. That's intercepted by Illinois. Illinois now coming back the other way. He steps around a few guys, then backhand it. Wall's able to push that puck off into the corner. Both teams now battling behind the net. He starts to skate it through up. Puck's now kind of loose right by the net there. Puck goes down behind. Team Illinois is going to have a roughing penalty. People are awful. Guardians will call a timeout as they try to get some strategy here on how to claw back with this game with 3:43 left in the third period. We'll be back in just a bit. All right, we are back. Going to resume play here. Guardians will be on the power play. Illinois wins the draw. They then rim it all the way around. That's going to come out to Higgy at the point. Higgy goes to Barr behind the net. Barr then throws it out. Campbell's got it. He fires, and that's gloved by the Illinois goaltender. Great scoring opportunity there. And we'll have another face-off. Barr pushes the puck down in the corner. There comes to Algrim on the half wall. Algrim now with it. He picks up in the corner. He goes to Barr. Barr tries to chip it out front to Campbell. Campbell picks it up on the far corner. He goes to Barr behind the net. Barr now comes back, trying to get it out front. He's battling in the corner. He gets it out front. Puck's loose in front. Barr now with it in the corner. Illinois then gets it. They're able to get it out of the zone. Rollin now picks it up. He cuts back. He chips it up to Barr. Barr now moving it to the outside. He tries to move it over. Higgy's going to step up. He gets it. He starts to skate it into the zone. He gets it towards the net. He gets it on his backhand. And he's taking off the puck. Illinois is then able to send it to length of the ice. That'll be an icing. .241 left in the third period. Face-off. Guardians win it. Brought back to Higgy. Higgy fires it on net, and that's gloved by the goaltender. Face-off's one to the half wall. Barr throws it back to Higgy. Higgy now gets it to Holgren. Holgren steps up, he passes it out to Barr. Barr gets it, he throws it out front. Campbell can't get a stick on it. Campbell now picks it up, he dumps it off to Cronlin. Cronlin back to Campbell. Campbell then tries to cross ice, that deflects. Holgren's going to try to win that puck race to the half wall. Puck's down loose. Illinois is then going to flip it high off the glass, and that'll be another icing. Puck has a weird bounce, doesn't make the length of the ice. Team Illinois now coming back the other way. Campbell strips it off, he comes to the outside. And he then dumps that puck deep, that rims all the way around. Barr hustling to pick it up in the far corner. He goes down. Higgy then tries to step, but he has that puck taken away. Two on two coming back the other way. They step around the defense. They move it over. That's deflected. Minute 34 left in the game. Guardians will have a steep hill to climb to get back into this one. They're now down by 3. Illinois wins the draw. They start to skate it through the neutral zone. They throw it. They're going to wave off icing. Not sure if he made the red line or not. Morvacek then throws it up. O'Brien now with the puck. He starts to skate it out of the zone. He then is taken off. Morvacek's going to step up. That comes out to Olsen. Olsen then chips it up. O'Brien's going to get a hold of that puck as he moves it into the middle. He comes around. He moves it front. Puck's loose. Olsen's not able to get a stick down. Puck's now on the half wall. They throw it up. Liddett now skating it towards the net. That's backhanded. Guardians have an extra skater on the ice as Wall came to the bench. And that now goes to Olsen. Olsen slaps it. That comes over. Brian's not able to get it. Illinois picks it up on the far side. He's picked up. Got Bard. Olsen. Illinois comes out with it. They throw it the length of the ice. That's going to go all the way down. That's going to be an icing with 36 seconds left. Faceoff comes back to Barr. Barr skates it around the circle, down into the corner. He circles around, cuts back, throws. That's blocked by the goaltender. Puck's thrown out front. Puck's loose. Campbell now O'Brien. They then throw it the length of the ice. That's going to be intercepted. We got 19 seconds left. Cronlin picks around. He skates it around the net. He then throws it up. Amos can't hold on. That goes down the zone. Campbell's going to get it. He's got Barr on the back door. He passes it over. That's broken up by the defense. They throw it back towards the net. Puck's loose. Higgy picks it up on the blue line, and that's going to do it. Team Illinois is going to come away with this one in the championship. Guardians battled hard that whole game. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Their goaltender did a pretty spectacular job. Guardians had a great weekend this weekend after that first loss. They were able to claw their way back into the championship, but just wasn't enough to get it done today. So both teams now lining up to shake hands. I do believe right after this there will be a medal ceremony, I believe. Come through, we'll they'll hand out the medals, and then we'll start to make the trip back home. Boys will get back to practice, and we'll come back. And I believe it's 2 weeks from now we'll be back. For everybody who was tuning in, I just want to say thank you for watching this weekend, and we'll be back.